Good morning, students. Myself Siddharth Singh from BBD University, Lucknow. I am teaching you food production subject. The paper code is BHM 2101. Topic for duty and responsibilities for various chefs. So, like last time, we discussed about the hierarchy chart and kitchen brigade. Now we will discuss there actually the various staff which are actually working in kitchen. We will discuss their responsibilities and duties. So basically what I am going to do today, basically we will discuss today only three staff, which is actually the first one is the executive chef and the executive sous chef and sous chef. So we will discuss their duty and responsibility, and then we will after later on we will discuss in the next class we will discuss the others. So today's we will discuss about these three. So like last time I told you about the executive chef. Once we are talking about the executive chef is actually the head of the kitchen department, who is actually responsible for leading the kitchen department. So first I will discuss about the executive chef. So here what I will do, I will give you the key points, duties and responsibility, and I will explain each key points, what does it mean by. So first here basically I am giving you the little bit introduction about the executive chef, and then we will discuss about their duty and responsibility. So basically the executive chef are the head of the kitchen department, and they do all the planning and execution of menus. Okay, they have to enact many roles in kitchen, and apart from being kitchen, they being skilled cook also. They have to lead the team not by authority but by the inspiration. So they don't have to work as an authority. They have to be that much skilled person so that other staff will be inspired with him. So that is what important if we are talking about the executive chef here. So this is what actually need to require. And also they have to be mentor, leader and counselor. So once I am telling you like mentor or leaders, it means leaders. If we are talking about the leaders means who is actually leading the team. So once we are talking about the executive chef, so it means he is going to lead the team. Okay, mentor who is representing the team is mentor actually. So his responsibility to represent the kitchen, his responsibility to lead the kitchen. Okay, and they have to know the skill of handling teams. Okay, this is what important. Actually, he is not only the person who is actually required lots of skill to make the food. Also, he is responsible to actually lead the team. Okay, to know the team value, team management. He know how to take the work from the team. So that is what important once we are talking about actually executive chef. So it is not like you are thinking that okay, executive chef means who is good enough to cook the very different cuisines. Only the person who can become an executive chef. Only not that much is required for executive chef. Executive chef required is apart from kitchen production knowledge. Apart from that, they should also require like managerial qualities. Okay, So managerial qualities, or he can lead the team, he can act as a mentor, he can act as a counselor. Counselor means who can counsel the staff. If any staff is having any problem, then he can counsel him that okay, if you are having this problem, how you can survive with that. Okay, so this is what actually is required. So they have to know the skill of teams, as there are always a petty issue between the kitchen staff themselves and also with the service team. Not only I'm talking about here about his team, I'm talking about with the coordination also. If kitchen people is required coordination with the other staff, then it is executive chef's responsibility that he can make the coordination with the other department. Okay, their staff should enough to know the duties and responsibility of making the coordination with other department. Okay, so here we are talking about, as well as the executive chef has to direct and guide the food production team in a providing quality of food and beverage in all outlets as per international standard in order to achieve the maximum level of guest satisfaction and organizational profitability in an atmosphere of high employee morale. And the specific responsibility of an executive chef are. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to discuss various specific responsibility of executive chef. Okay, so now the first duty and responsibility, I will write only the keywords. Okay, so here I am writing the first keyword is vision. I am giving you, then I will tell you what do you mean by that and why I am giving you this keyword. Okay, so I am giving you here vision and goal. This is the keyword. So basically executive chef's responsibility is to drive the vision and the goal of the company. So once I'm talking about the goal means once it is means like a target. You have executive chef knows the company's vision and goal. Okay, what is the exactly the goal of the company, what they want actually from their staff, that is what important. So once he is knowing the company's goal, then it is his responsibility, executive chef's responsibility, that the goal should be achieved by the employee. If each and every step is taken by the executive chef is towards to achieve the goal of the company, so that is what important. Okay, so here I was talking about these things, and then the second duty and responsibility is greet with a smile. So this is the most common duty and responsibility of each and every staff in the hotel, that they should greet the guest with a smile. Okay, that is what important. Guest at any time or place within the hotel, it is duty and responsibility of executive chef or any other chef or any staff from the hotel that they should actually greet them with a smile. Okay, then we will talk about the third duty and responsibility of actually the quality okay, quality and profitability. Okay, so I'm giving you the third keyword is quality and profitability. So it means executive chef's responsibility is to maintain the quality of food production and quality of food in and every outlet, and also the profitability should be maintained. It is not like you are maintaining quality and profitability is not maintained. Okay, you are serving as per the standard, but what will happen, the profit is not you are achieving which is given by the management. So what will happen, you will be not actually called very good executive chef. So it is his responsibility that he should also maintain the quality as well as the profitability. Okay, then I am talking about the fourth one, food quality of food preparation, quality of food preparation and presentation. This is very important actually for executive chefs. This should be maintained, the presentation and food preparation quality. If you are not maintaining as a executive chef, you are not actually good enough to maintain the quality of food preparation and presentation, then you will not called a good executive chef. So his responsibility to maintain the presentation. There is a standard size plates are there, bowls are there, and their garnishes are there. The standard garnishes are there, which is actually supposed to be food goes to the guest. So each order should be given to the guest according to that standard. If you are not maintaining standard, you are giving sometime with that standard, and sometime you are not maintaining that standard. That means somewhere something is lacking. Okay, so it is executive chef's responsibility that he should maintain that kind of quality and presentation of food. Okay, so here the fifth duty and responsibility of executive chef is identify and develop new product. Okay, products. So again, this is very important for executive chef, that he has to actually keep doing new development in their menu. So they have to identify what is actually the requirement in market and what is going on in market, and accordingly they have to develop their menu, they have to develop new products, so that each and every staff, every guest can be satisfied with the development of menu. So this is again the responsibility to develop new product by the executive chef. And the sixth one is ensure availability of stock and raw ingredients. Again, this is very important. If kitchen people are doing anything in kitchen and they require anything, so it is very important for executive chef that he should know that the stock is available in kitchen and raw material which is required to make the particular dish that is available in kitchen. If it is not available, then it is his responsibility, it is executive chef's responsibility that he should maintain that kind of stock or raw ingredients. So this is what very important again by the executive chef, that he should maintain that kind of actually kitchen, so that each material product can be made easily. Otherwise, if there is an order and raw material is not there, then you have to cancel that particular order, and that is not very good for actually hotel reputation. So this is what. And the next one is what very important, coordination. Okay, so coordinate with engineering department. This is what very important for kitchen. If engineering department is not coordinated with kitchen, then it is going to be horrible for kitchen, because each and every equipment is taken care by the engineering department. If there is any problem in kitchen, then engineering department going to be rectify that problem. So it is very important for kitchen people or executive chef that he should maintain the coordination with that particular department. Okay, then next, the eighth one, I will give you around 12 to 14. I will not give you much. So what you have to do within the 12 or 14, if you will note 10 of them, then you can write the 10 of them and you will get it the marks easily. Okay, so next I will give you the establish recipes and method of preparation. Again, this is very important. Like I told you earlier, that there should be actually research and development should be there. So this is kind of that thing only. The established recipes. Okay, so if he will establish the recipe, then only he can put it into the menu. Otherwise, he will not able to put new recipes in menu. So he has to keep doing actually maintaining the new recipes and method of preparation, so that development can be made in kitchen menu. Okay, that then only he can maintain. Otherwise, it is very difficult for him to maintain that kind of menu. Okay, so then the next one is responsible for. This is very important nowadays, very common. The COVID came into our life, and then we are maintaining hygiene. So this is very responsible from the early days, that responsible for the hygiene, and cleanliness. Once I am talking about the hygiene, it means free from bacteria, and cleanliness means overall cleanliness of the kitchen. If he is not going to do that kind of things, what he is going to observe. Okay, cleanliness is there or not, or hygiene is maintained by the staff or not. If it is not, then obviously he is going to ask the responsible person that's why it is not maintained. Okay, so this is very important. Duty and responsibility of the next one is ensure ensure that the best raw material is used. So again, once I was telling earlier that raw material stock should be maintained, or raw ingredients should be maintained, then obviously it should be from best quality. If it is not up to the mark, it is executive chef's responsibility that he should not take that kind of things or use in kitchen, or use they cannot make with any product with that kind of things. So the quality of raw material should be high quality, best quality from the market. Okay, high quality, it means it is not that high quality. It should be as per the dish. If it is saying that it should be basmati rice, then it should be basmati. It should not be masuri rice or any other low quality rice. If it is saying okay, it should be mansuri rice, then it should be mansuri rice. It should not be high quality like basmati. So as per the standard, as per the menu, it should be there. Okay. Then again, this is very important. Prepare capital and operational budget. Operational budget. So again, this it is his duty to make good budget, profitable budget, and also prepare capital for the kitchen department. And then again, I'm going to talk about the storage of raw material. Storage of raw material. Okay. So again, this is very important, that the raw material should be stored properly, should be secure, free from bacteria, should be in clean place, should be hygienic. It should not, you cannot store anywhere raw material. If it is dry product, then it should be in dry store. If it is frozen product, it should be in a deep freezer. It should not be anywhere. And storage of food also, if we are talking about the raw material, then it is also important. Storage of food should also be maintained. Like if it is it should be any food like ice cream is there, or like meat is there, it should be in deep freezer. It should not be in refrigerator. If you are going to use later on the meat, then you can remove from the deep freezer to actually to deep freezer to refrigerator. It should not be like you can put it in the refrigerator and you use after 2 days. You cannot. It is going to be spoiled. So very important for you guys to understand that it should not be stored in refrigerator. Okay, it should be stored in deep freezer. So these things is not actually is going to done by executive chef. It is going to be maintained. Okay, if it is not there and executive chef is there, he is looking, he is seeing that kind of thing is happening, then he will actually he can take the action as per his choice. Okay, then I'm going to talk about the again career development. This is very important for other employers. He will think about the other employee that staff is working since last 2 years or 3 years, or might be from 1 year, and he's performing very well, and then he can promote them, or he can suggest that okay, now you are good enough in this section, okay, I am moving forward you to the another section in the kitchen itself, so that he can develop the multi skill, and it will be very good for him. So this kind of training sessions or this kind of development can maintain by the executive chef, so that every staff will get the equal chance. Okay. The fourth one is, again I will finish with the hygiene and safety precautions. Okay. Hygiene and safety precautions. Safety precautions, if we are talking about the safety precaution, it is for staff. Okay, safety precautions means they should wear the apron. The value of apron should be know by the each and every staff. If he is not knowing the value of the safe apron, then it is his responsibility that okay, why we wear the apron, he should tell to them. Okay, why shoes is important. If you are working in kitchen, why shoes is important, it should be tell to them, to each and every staff, and it should be maintained, the precautions should be maintained by the executive chef. Okay, hygiene for the food also, as well as by the staff. Sanitization should be of kitchen should be maintained by the executive chef. So now we will discuss about duty and responsibility of executive sous chef. Okay, so actually executive sous chef is below the executive chef, and he is actually reporting to executive chef. So second head of the department. Okay, so we will discuss about him. So first of all, I am telling you a little bit about the executive chef, who is executive chef and what actually he is doing in kitchen. So basically an executive chef assists the executive chef in directing and guiding the food production team in providing a consistent quality of food beverage in all outlet as per international standard, in order to achieve the maximum level of guest satisfaction and organizational profitability in an atmosphere of high employee morale. So basically this is what actually about the executive chef. So he is maintaining international standard, as well as he is assisting executive chef, and he is maintaining quality, and also the organizational profitability should be maintained by him, and guest satisfaction should be maintained by him. So now what I am going to do, I am going to discuss the duty and responsibility of executive sous chef. So here again I will give you only the keywords for each duty and responsibility, and I will explain each keywords, and you will come to know what is the importance of that keyword. So here the first duty and responsibility is that coordinate in the detail. First one is coordinate in detail all food preparation and production for all the outlet. So here you will see he is actually not cooking anything, he is just coordinating, he is seeing what is happening in all the kitchen, like there is a bakery, confectionery, hot kitchen, or garden manger, or even in butchery, what is going on and they are working properly or not. His responsibility is to look forward for that only. Okay. Then the second one is ensure that all setups and prepare food presentation. So again, his responsibility to ensure that all setups of kitchen is properly is there or not, and the food presentation should be prepared very nice. It is not like they prepared the food and they send it to the kitchen, from kitchen to service area. Each and every plate, if it is going out from the kitchen, it should be good presented, okay, as per the international presentation. The third one is he is responsible for fully monitor portion control. So you will see the portion control. This is a very large topic, portion control. You will come to know in third year or fourth year. The portion control is very important. There is a portion size, bowls are there, plates are there. So if there is in menu that 150 grams of chicken or 150 grams of rice or any measuring, because each and every dishes are measured, okay, you cannot give it like that. It is actually, if it is in liquid, then it is measured by the ml, or if it is in solid, it is measured in grams. So food are served as per that standard. If you are serving 180 grams of meat in chicken tikka, then each and every order should be given 180 grams. You cannot give more or less. If you are giving more, then it is going to be actually loss for the company, and if you are giving less, then obviously guest is not going to be satisfied and you will lose the customer. So that is what important. The portion control is important. You will learn these portion control in third year or fourth year, but right now what you that is his responsibility, executive chef's responsibility, that he should maintain the portion size. Okay. Then fourth one we will discuss, fully supervise all food tasting and presentation. Again, this is very important. Food is tasted by the executive sous chef and then it is served. You cannot serve any food to the guest which is not tasted by the executive chef. So executive sous chef will taste the food and then it is going to be served to the guest. Okay. Again, the next duty and responsibility is conduct daily cleanliness check. So what he will do, executive chef will go in the kitchen, the different kitchens, and he will see the actual cleanliness of the kitchen. If he is thinking that this area is not clean or that portion is not clean, then he will ask the CDP or DCDP or sous chef that why it is not clean, and he may ask for the written clarification, or he may immediately say that okay, clean the things properly. So it is this kind of responsibility is also given to the executive sous chef. Okay, the next is follow up on any issue in morning meeting. this kind of thing is actually discussed by the executive sous-chef with the other staff, that like any complaint is came last night, though it is going to be discussed why it was happened and what was the exactly problem. It is actually raised by this kind of thing is executive sous-chef, and there who is responsible for that, then it will be discussed and accordingly the action will be taken. Okay, the next one is recommended changes in menu. Again, very important. If there is any recommendation for a menu change, then it is actually done by the executive sous-chef. The eighth one is developing new cuisine. If any change is required in menu, or if management is feeling okay, development is required and new cuisine should be introduced, then it is actually done by the executive sous-chef in the taken care of executive chef. Means they both executive chef and executive sous-chef will make the coordination with each other, and then development of new cuisine will be done. Then the ninth one is planning and costing. Here I am talking about the planning, means menu planning, and the costing of food. Which food should be at which cost, it should be actually directed by the executive sous-chef. It is not like only the executive chef is going to take the decision. Executive sous-chef will take the all details, that what is the actual cost of the product, then they will decide the price. And planning of menu, which kind of menu should be there, it is also planned by the executive sous-chef. Okay, so 10th duty and responsibility of executive sous-chef is make sure all the raw material is received. Okay, so as per the indent, whatever the order is given the previous, his responsibility, executive sous-chef's responsibility, that he should receive all the materials which is actually indented. So if there is any miscommunication with supplier or with the store, then he will coordinate accordingly. Next one is the 11th is promote and accurate service by kitchen staff. So if live session, live kitchen is there, then it is very important to kitchen staff, they promote the new dishes or they promote their dishes, and also they should serve accurate service. It is not that if something is ordered and it is forgotten by any staff. If you are thinking that you are forgetting anything, you should write it down. So this is kind of instruction is given by the executive sous-chef, and he is maintaining that that kind of thing is not going to be happens. Okay. Then again, standard of safety, security, and hygiene is maintained in kitchen. So this is again very important for kitchen people, that safety security of themselves as well as for the guest should be maintained in kitchen. It is not that they are not maintaining safety for themselves. Okay, you are maintaining for your for the guest safety, but you are not maintaining your safety. So you should maintain safety precautions in the kitchen. Otherwise you may lose your life, or you may lose your any part of your body, and that can be very dangerous for your career. So it is very important for you guys to understand that this kind of safety security measures are maintained and observed by the executive sous-chef. He may be, if you are not maintaining the safety and security standards, he may fire you also. So it is very important for you to understand this kind of thing. And again, because he is the top most employee after the executive chef, then his also responsibility to maintain the hygiene and sanitization in kitchen. So this is again his responsibility. So till now we discussed about executive chef and executive sous-chef. Next class, in next online class, we will discuss about the sous-chef and other chef. Okay. So till now, thank you so much. Have a good day.